Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Chase Race number 4 of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Mobil1 Cup Series. Here today, we are live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the run of the Indianapolis 300. This is going to be a wild one here today for sure. We ended up having a rather interesting Truck Series race here yesterday. Looking forward to a great Cup Series race tomorrow, but time to get these Mobil1 Cup Series cars going and find out exactly what the chase is going to look like heading into next week at Lime Rock. I'll tell you what, last week, when we were at Homestead Miami Speedway, it shook the points up so much that we have a very close points battle coming into today's event. James Qualls and Luke Walker, both former winners this season, are actually tied for the points lead right now with 1,088 points apiece. James Silverfox is only 3 points behind them. He's third in points, and Zach Rogers is only 8 points behind them in fourth in points. So it is really, really close up there atop the point standings. We're going to have to see which one of those four, or maybe a couple behind them, which we'll document when we end up starting to go under the pace lap. They could end up taking over the points lead here this weekend. We've ended up having, I believe it's now been 3 separate points leaders in 3 different races. Bob Jones led the points leaving Atlanta. Cody Lamas led the points leaving Watkins Glen. And then, of course, James Qualls took over the points lead leaving last week's race at Homestead. Will we have our 4th different points leader in as many races, as many chase races? We're going to find out in just a moment. Kyle Corbett sits on the pole position for today's event. Alongside of him, Kyle Matthews. 2 rookies this season, Corbett's not a rookie, I'm sorry, but 2 drivers, with Matthews being a rookie, that have not yet been to victory lane this season. Corbett comes into this race 22nd in points, Matthews 33rd in points. Daniel Day, former winner though, he won back at Auto Club. He is lining up in the 3rd position. Daniel's actually been putting together some good runs in the past few weeks. He's up to 23rd in the standings. Alongside of him is Charles Samper, who had that terrific run at Watkins Glen a couple of weeks ago. He'll roll off 4th here today. Comes into this race 36th in the point standings. Trying to find our first chaser, and you got to go all the way back to 10th position. And that's where you find Cody Lamas, who is currently 5th in the point standings after he got involved in a very late caution at Homestead. Lost the points lead and dropped to 5th in points. He is 18 points behind James Qualls right now coming into today's event. But it's going to be a rather longer event here today because 24 laps are on tap for this race. So we're going to take the opportunity here to show you your starting lineup on the top of your screen. Drivers highlighted in yellow are the chasers. Drivers in white are not competing for the championship. As we'll now document how the points look coming into this race. And I basically gave you an overview from 1st on down through 5th, but I'll give it to you quickly again. James Qualls, Luke Walker tied for the points lead. James Silverfox 3 points back in 3rd. 4th in standings, Zach Rogers is 8 points back, and Cody Lamas 5th in standings is 18 points out of the top position. Then you got Bob Jones. He is 21 points back. He's 6th in points. Dillon Young, he's 23 points back in 7th. 8th in the standings is Andy Timmons. He's 28 points back, and 29 points back is Austin LaPlante, the defending champ. He's 9th in the standings. Sean Galligan is 10th in points, a total of 38 points back. Dylan Schwellenberg and Wolfgang Mason are tied for 11th place. They are a total of 42 points out. Drew Austin, he is 13th in points. He is 45 points out. 47 points out is Sandra Renzi. She's 14th in points, and Madison Sieber is now dead last in chase points in 15th place. She's a total of 53 points out of the top position. Getting ready to go under the green flag here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Our Truck Series event, we ended up having quite a number of cautions. This is the series where drivers seem to be able to race it hard, but race it clean more often than not, as opposed to the other 2 series. We'll see if that's going to be the case here today. Keep in mind, though, they do carry a little bit more horsepower than the trucks do, so that could come into play, as this is a very, very speedy racetrack. Very historical racetrack as well in Indianapolis. Who's going to get to kiss the bricks at the end of 24 laps? Will it be Corbett? Will it be Matthews? Or will it be any one of these other 40 drivers? Here we go. Green flag's ready to come out. We are underway here in the Indianapolis 300. And Kyle Corbett, he is gone. Talk about getting a jump on the start. He just opened up a lot of daylight between himself and now 2nd place driver Kyle Matthews. That helped Matthews be able to tuck in line, though. Otherwise, he might have gotten freight trained on the height side, but Corbett, he is gone. Oh, scraping the wall there. Oh, no, trouble back there. Cody Lamas is around. Jessica Shelton's got in the wall. I believe Joshua Michaels may have been collected in that, as the caution flag is going to wait for the first time today. That was from about the 11th position on back that wreck happened. Oh, 3 wide back there almost. Ralph Mason thought about sticking Daniel Day in the middle. Oh, contact there between Day and Matthews. They nearly got each other hooked. Whoa! Hang on to her, Daniel! Yikes! He gets the wall off of 4, nearly loses it, but keeps it together, and he'll bring it down here to the yellow flag. It's going to be Corbett, Matthews, Mason, McCurry, and Schwallenberg. That'll be the top 5. Now let's see who's involved here. Oh, Lyndon Wright, our winner a couple weeks ago from Watkins Glen. I knew Joshua Michaels was in it. Looks like some of these drivers have some right side damage. I don't know if this is from the incident or from hitting the wall. Where's Shelton? Did she continue? Her and Cody Lamas? Yeah, there's Shelton. She crossed the line in 24th, so she was able to get her car straightened and driven away. And Cody Lamas crossed the line in 18th, and I know I saw him get a piece of it. I don't see anybody sitting on pit road, though, and nobody really appears to have super extensive damage. There is obviously some hood damage to the 43 and some pretty heavy rear end damage to the 3 machine, but everybody, for the most part, looks like they got away fairly unscathed. Caution flags out, though, for the first time here today at Indianapolis. Let's quickly stick with these guys just in case they decide they're going to do some short pitting and do some pit strategy. And pit early on here on between laps 2 and 3. Actually, I think they are coming to pit road. That looks like that's an indication there by the 42 that he's coming to pit road. Now, is anybody going to risk it and stay out? They've only run 2 laps on this set of tires. Corbett's coming. Matthews coming. Tanner Sullivan is going to roll the dice and stay out. And one of the Hellman's cars is staying out. I believe that's the Ian Dutta car. So 2 drivers not coming. Everybody else is coming to pit road here. Let's see if they're going to go with a gas and go strategy or if they're going to actually take on tires. Corbett's got to go all the way down to pit stall number 1. Kyle Matthews right behind him in pit stall number 2. Let's see what those guys are going to do, these leaders. They going for any rubber? Nope, looks like it's going to be a gas and go. And Ralph Mason's team gets him out super quick. Sanford, McIntyre, Schwalber, Chris Washer, all out. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe making some adjustments on the 42 and the 89, but Corbett and Matthews lost a ton of track position coming off of pit road. So it looks like Tanner Sullivan, due to staying out and rolling the dice. Well, no, it's going to be Henley. I didn't see Henley stayed out. So Sean Henley will be the leader over Tanner Sullivan, and it was indeed Ian Dutta who stayed out there. So those 3 stay out. Let's jump back, look at the replay. What puts under the caution for the first time here today at Indy? Now, Jessica Shelton, Cody Lamas, they were just leaning on each other coming into this corner, and I think that they all end up sliding up into Joshua Michaels. Just not really a lot of real estate to be able to work with, and as I said, there's some slicker racing conditions, and these cars drive a little bit faster with the horsepower and everything. Shelton gets the wall, Lamas gets the wall, Michaels gets the wall. There's Lyndon Wright. He was right behind there. There was no way for him to be able to avoid. Oh, Bob Jones gets spun around after he and Sean Galligan tried taking evasive action and going to the low side. Oh, little contact there for the Zach Campbell machine with the left front as he got a tiny bit of the rear of the Alliance Truck Parts Mustang of Joshua Michaels. And there you see Bob Jones. He spun it around, but he was able to continue on. McLeod, Langford, they go through the grass to avoid. Andy Timmons gets by. We got away with something there, I'll tell you. That could have been much, much worse. I'd say at the most a total of 6 drivers getting some damage out of that. Michaels, Shelton, Lamas, Lyndon Wright, Zach Campbell, and possibly Bob Jones after the contact with Sean Galligan. Don't know for certain, though. But we are under the yellow flag here. Doesn't look like any chasers really got involved in this first incident, which is quite surprising based on what we've had the past couple of weeks at the tracks we've been at, where it seems like the chasers are always targeted. But we're under the yellow. Let's head back now to green. And before we do that, we did have another incident take place here, and it was actually Luke Walker. He's going to come up off this corner, and I think right there, yeah, he just hits the wall in the wrong spot where the safer barrier ends, and it's going to spin his Shore Lodge Chevrolet around. Fortunately, though, nobody hit him. He was able to bring it down there into that area where the breakdown lane here is at Indy. Everyone was able to get around him on the high side, and there was no further incident. But Luke Walker spins it around there, and that's a chaser, which is why we felt it was replay worthy, just to see if he's going to be able to continue or where he'll be restarting. He did start this race in the 16th position. Well, we'll go back to green flag racing on lap 6 of 26. Sean Henley decided to stay out, and as a result, he inherits the lead. Second place will be Tanner Sullivan, Ian Dutta in third. Those drivers did not pit. Ralph Mason was first off pit road. He'll be fourth. Charles Sanford in fifth. Levi McIntyre sixth. Dylan Schwallenberg is the highest running chaser right now in 7th. 8th place, Chris Washer. Jacob Lawler 9th, and one of the co-points leaders is up here in the 10th position in James Qualls. Luke Walker, who came in as the co-points leader with him, we showed you on that replay that he ended up spinning out. He will restart in the 37th position. So right now, James Qualls looks like he would be the points leader at the current moment. Let's find the rest of our chasers. Madison Seaver is going to restart in 12th. Zach Rogers not too far behind in 14th. Wolfgang Mason 15th. Austin LaPlante will restart in 17th. 19th will be Sean Galligan. Sandra Renzi is going to restart in 22nd. Drew Austin in 24th. James Silverfox is back in 28th position. Andy Timmons will be 33rd. 34th, Bob Jones. Cody Lamas in 36th. Luke Walker in 38th. Dillon Young way back here in 40th position as he's the last chaser in the field. 42 drivers took the green flag. 42 drivers will take the green here for our first restart as nobody went back behind the wall after our first caution. So we definitely did get away with something here at Indy. A track with the higher speeds and not a whole lot of room to maneuver through the corners. Can produce big, hard-hitting wrecks. And fortunately here for our first caution, we didn't apparently have one of those. But it's still early. We still could end up having one, and I probably just jinxed it. But anyway, the Viagra Pfizer Chevrolet out of Tweenix Racing. Sean Henley will bring him down here for the restart here on lap number 6. There you go, green flag is out. Looks like everybody got a good jump there. Everybody timed that start perfectly. As Henley is going to have the top position here heading to this corner. Let's see how long it's going to be before he starts getting hounded for position number 1. It didn't take long. Tanner Sullivan peeks out of line. Henley comes down to try and throw the block. Looks like he was able to, as they're scraping the wall back there. Now here comes Tanner Sullivan. Got a nice side draft off the 69 there. And he will go to the point, Will Tanner. Ooh, wow, this is going to be close off this corner now that they're racing double wide again. Oh, Henley, oh, keep her together. Oh, wow, right in front of Ralph Mason, keeps it together. And look at this. Charles Sanford moves by his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate. He'll take the lead. Caution flag is out. Caution's out for the second time here today, and Sanford will be the leader. Look at Joe Gibbs Racing. Sanford in first, Sullivan in second, and Dylan Schwallenberg in fourth. What a day for JGR so far. But the yellow's out. Who is it for? Oh, couple of chasers. James Silverfox, third in points, and Andy Timmons, 8th in the standings. Jake Cole's involved as well. Anthony McCrory, there's another driver on pit road. Ox Mason Wood. Oh, who else was that? Oh, Bob Jones, Wolfgang Mason, couple more chasers, and I think I see Harrison Langford back there. Zach Campbell is on pit road. Lyndon Wright involved yet again in another incident. Joshua Michaels as well. Oh, Jessica Shelton's car completely crunched up now. George Roque has been collected. And as I'm looking, Silverfox doesn't have a whole lot of damage. Looks like he may have just spun it around. Luke Walker was able to get through whatever this was. Did anybody else further up here get collected in whatever that incident was? Doesn't look like it, but a number of chases involved in this one, including Bob Jones, Wolfgang Mason, Andy Timmons, and of course we saw James Silverfox leaving the scene of the accident. He apparently got something out of that as well. Looks like they're going to make some more pit stops here. Sanford is coming to pit road. His teammate Tanner Sullivan, looks like he's going to follow him. Anybody going to roll the dice this time? Or is everybody going to come down this time? Everybody's coming. Nobody's going to roll the dice and stay out this time. So maybe for Henley it was staying out leading a couple laps or something. But caution flag's out for the second time today. Let's look back and see what happened. A couple of chases have been collected in this second incident of the day here at Indianapolis. This is going to start with a couple of chasers who are battling for the 15th position. Wolfgang Mason, 12th in points. Austin LaPlante, 9th in points. And, oh, that's how it starts up there with Madison Sieber getting hooked by Henry Nova. But there you see Wolfgang Mason's going to spin around, almost similar to what happened to Luke Walker. And then this is when the trouble's going to start breaking out. LaPlante, Rogers, Galligan, all taking evasive action to get to the inside. Oh, and actually, I think someone hits Sieber and sends her up in front of some other drivers. We'll get to that in a minute. There's where Zach Campbell gets involved. He goes up into Andy Timmons. Bob Jones. Holy cow, Bob Jones. I think he just hit where the safer barrier starts in that turn. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, Michaels comes plowing in. Jake Cole, George Roque. There's Jessica Shelton, Mason Wood. We got to look back at a couple areas here because this was like 3 separate areas where this wreck started, and it all just kind of merged together into one big wreck. Wolfgang upside down and on his roof. That's a tough break there for Wolfgang Mason, who had worked his way last week from 15th in points to 12th in points after a good run. And he may go right back down to 15th in points now. It's been a very tough chase for him. But we got to jump back here. Let's look first at the Madison Sieber incident, where she gets down into Henry Nova. She was able to drive away from it, too, apparently. But I think she gets rear-ended by somebody. Alright, let's go back to where she hits the wall. Yeah, she hits the wall in just about the exact same area that Luke Walker did earlier, and Wolfgang Mason does right behind her. Right there is where Wolfgang hits it. Sieber gets a little tap in the left rear from Henry Nova. That spins her around right in front of chaser Zach Rogers. Does Zach get a piece of it? Oh, I think he got through it. Nice job by the 33. 4th in points, only 8 points out of the top position, keep in mind. Austin LaPlante. Oh, he does get a piece of it right there. Oh, and he's smoking. Oh, LaPlante's day is over. Oh, what a tough break there for that chaser. And then, oh, then Langford back there. He does exactly the same thing that Bob Jones does. Now, keep in mind, folks, they put safer barriers here on the entrance and exits of these turns, not in the middle. And right here, there's a little bit of an area where the safer barrier sticks out. And Langford's going to hit that part. Look at the 51 of James McLeod right now. Now you see that little jolt that was right behind him? That's what Langford hits, right there. And Mason Wood has nowhere to go and airborne. Fastenal Ford in front of him. Anthony McCurry almost drove underneath Mason Wood, but the 24 comes down on his hood there. Silver Fox actually just gets clipped by something back here. Does he just get clipped by the 25 of Campbell who had slid up the track? Yeah, after rear-ending the 82 of Mason, he comes up, he collects Andy Timmons, and then right there, the rear of his car just clips the 34. And then Silver Fox, does he actually slow down and really not get any damage? He did, wow. Oh, Dillon Young got involved. That's another chaser, though. Now, what happens to Dillon? I think if I remember correctly, I think he hit the apex, too. Oh, no, that was Bob Jones. All right, let's quickly look at Bob Jones in the 38. He's going to do exactly the same thing that we saw Langford do. His car is going to hit that little tiny area where the safer barrier sticks out. You see him running the wall there. And right there. And then he gets hit by Lyndon Wright. That car got a lot of air. And then Dillon Young runs into the back of Lyndon Wright. Jessica Shelton's into the back of Dillon Young. Cody Lamas gets a piece of it as well as he runs into the back of the 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we could say 5 chasers. Silver Fox got a tiny piece of it, but for the most part, he got through that incident very, very well without sustaining much damage. So about 5 chasers basically involved in this one. Sieber, Mason. Oh, no, we can add LaPlante to it. So 6. Sieber, Mason, LaPlante, Timmons, Dillon Young, Bob Jones, and then possibly Cody Lamas, depending on how much of an impact he had when he ran into the back of the 3 car. But caution flag is out. The track was littered with cars there in the turn 3, turn 4 area. But we're going to go back now to green flag racing here at Indianapolis. Green flag to come back out on lap 11 of 24. Ian Dutta's team got him off pit road the fastest, so he will restart as the leader. Dylan Schwallenberg in second. Third place, Ralph Mason. Charles Sanford, who was first on pit road, comes off 4th, and James Qualls, co-points leader, with Luke Walker really having a great run here today in 5th place. Chris Washer runs 6th, Dylan Poteet in 7th, Kyle Matthews 8th, Jacob Lawler is in 9th, and 10th place is Jake Rogers. Let's find the rest of our chasers here. Zach Rogers, he'll restart in 11th. Cassandra Renzi is in 15th. Sean Galligan 17th. Drew Austin is in 18th place. Luke Walker is up to 25th now. Right behind him, Silver Fox in 26th. Madison Sieber runs 28th. 29th, Cody Lamas. And that is it for the chasers on track. Only 29 drivers on track after what just took place. That means that a total of 13 are back behind the wall, including the following: Jessica Shelton, George Roque, Jake Cole, Lyndon Wright, Joshua Michaels, chasers Wolfgang Mason and Austin LaPlante, also Harrison Langford, Mason Wood, Zach Campbell, Andy Timmons finishes out of the race in 40th, that's a chaser, and then 2 more chasers right underneath him, Bob Jones in 41st, and Dillon Young, who picked up his 3rd win of the season last week at Homestead, not the way he wanted to get that momentum continuing, 42nd here today for the only 3-time winner here in Season 7. So tough break there. 5 chasers out of the race. Let's document where they actually came into points. Andy Timmons came in 8th in points. Dillon Young came in 7th. Bob Jones in 6th. Austin LaPlante came in 9th in points. And Wolfgang Mason came in 12th in the standings. So this is a tough break for them. All 5 of those drivers came in within 42 points of the points lead. They're going to lose quite a bit of valuable positions in the points here today. And it gives an opportunity for a number of drivers here to actually do well, move themselves up through the points, including the guy starting 2nd here for this restart, Dylan Schwallenberg, 11th in the points. Up ahead of him, LaPlante, Timmons, Young, and Jones that he could bypass in the point standings with a good run, a good finish here today as he's all over the back bumper here of Ian Dutta. And here he comes to the inside. Schwallenberg for the lead. Very easy pass there, and Ralph Mason got a nice run. Whoa! Co-points leader James Qualls. He hung on to her. Nice save by the 15. But he's going to lose himself quite a few positions on track. Whoa! Nearly comes up into Daniel Day. That's one way to block, but not exactly the safest way. And oh, look out. Oh, now he gets collected by Daniel Day. Trent Dunham runs into the back of him. Look out. Oh, man. Collard gets pinched up against the wall, and they're sliding into it. James McLeod is sliding. Sean Galligan isn't collected. And there must be some others. Oh, they're still wrecking on the front straightaway. Look out. Who's that? Sanford. He's upside down. Oh my goodness, upside down and on his lid here on the front straightaway. Everybody able to avoid him. That was a road hazard. Dylan Poteet got damaged from something. I wonder if maybe he's the one that made contact. Charles Jackson is pulled down into the breakdown lane here. The access road in the infield. Caution flag is out. Trent Dunham's got a lot of damage after he ended up hitting the James Qualls machine. And Schwallenberg is the leader under caution. Ian Dutta 2nd, Matthews 3rd, Zach Rogers 4th, and Chris Washer now 5th. Let's look back. We had at least 3 separate things take place there. 2 of them taking place between turns 3 and 4, and the second one taking place on the front straightaway, causing Charles Samper, who had led some of this race, to flip over. Well, co-points leader James Qualls had nearly lost it coming out of 2, but he was able to keep it together. It dropped him way back here to what I believe was a battle for the 11th position, and he and Daniel Day just not really going to give each other much room off this corner. Day gets the wall where we've seen a number of other drivers get it. It turns his car around, and then he collects the panhandle number 15 of James Qualls, and then right there, Trent Dunham, wrong place, wrong time, just runs into the back of the 15. And does Galligan get collected by Trent Dunham? Might be 2 former Mobil1 Cup Series champs getting together. Yeah. Dunham just slides up. Galligan has absolutely nowhere to go. Hard into the safer barrier. But we got to look back here as well, because I saw James McLeod come flying in. Does he get turned by somebody or something? No, well, does he hit Daniel Day? He drives in here awfully fast. Oh, just barely clipped the 22. And that's going to cause his car to go spinning around. So he actually didn't get turned by anybody. He hit a machine. And oh, his teammate Henley. Holy cow, Henley. How did he do that? He split the 64 and the 51. Oh man, that was amazing. There's Cassandra Renzi. We know she got some damage after she and Joshua Collard got pinned up against the wall, courtesy of the 15 of James Qualls. And let's find Charles Sanford. I don't know if he has his... Oh yeah, it was with Poteet. See where they hit. Oh, he and Ralph Mason get together, coming off of 4. It's a battle, I think, for the 3rd position at the time. Oh man, Ralph gets the wall there. He comes down to Sanford. They almost had it saved, but not quite. And then what do you do coming out of 4 when you got a smoke screen in front of you? Chris Washer going to get a piece of it there. He gets into Mason, actually turns Mason the correct direction. Mason's able to continue. Makes a little bit more contact with Sanford. And look at Poteet. Poteet was trying to get down to the inside, trying to avoid this wreck. He thought that that was where the cars weren't. And unfortunately, Sanford was indeed there. Poteet's going to hit him, then he hits the wall again. That was what flipped Charles Sanford over. And look at everybody trying to take evasive action to avoid the upside-down One Main Financial Toyota. Drew Austin gets by. Charles Jackson. Oh, I have a feeling. Yup. Oh, man. He went underneath the rear deck lid of that car. No wonder Charles Jackson was in the breakdown lane. And then everybody else able to get up to the high side to avoid. Oh, teammate Tanner Sullivan. Oh boy. He just barely got through. Man. That was not the kind of ride I think Sanford was expecting to go on. And it's a tough break there. We were seeing all 3 of the Joe Gibbs cars having good runs today. And Sanford actually was outside, or out in front for a couple of laps. But that's what happened to him. I want to take it on board, though, with Sean Henley. I want to watch him get through that wreck back there. On board with Sean Henley. Watch this. This is absolutely amazing. There's the wreck up ahead. Look at that. Look at that. That is wreck avoidance at its finest right there, folks. And you're about to see Charles Sanford upside down up ahead here, right there, spinning upside down on his roof. But Sean Henley, what a tremendous job of wreck avoidance. Now he's up in the 13th position as a result. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing, and the garage area, after our last 2 incidents, it is piling up. More drivers going behind the wall after this incident, including Joshua Collard, Dylan Poteet, Trent Dunham, Chasers, Sean Galligan and Cody Lamas, who both ended up running into Daniel Day after they were trying to leave the wreck. They are going to finish out of the race in 26th and 27th. And also Daniel Day and Charles Sanford have gone behind the wall, leaving us a total of 22 cars on the lead lap and on track to finish out this race. We'll be back to green on lap 16 of 24, giving us a total of 9 laps to go here today. I'm not sure they can make it 9 laps. Henry Nova's team got him off pit road first, so he'll restart as the leader now. First time we've seen the 32 out in front. Remember, he does have a little bit of damage, though, when he ran into the Madison Sieber car earlier on. So we'll see if that might be a problem for him. Dylan Schwalberg lines up second, 30 in Dutta, Kyle Matthews fourth, Zach Rogers fifth. Then it's Washer, Lawler, Rogers, Drew Austin, and Luke Walker is now back up inside the top 10 as he came in tied with James Qualls for the points lead. Ran near the back of the pack most of the day. He's now up in the top 10. James Silverfox, third in points, right behind him in 11th. And James Qualls is still running. He's currently going to restart in the 21st position. Oh, it looks like Joshua Collard is still on track, but he is a lap down. So that's 22 cars, I believe, that are still on track. Nope, 23. 23 cars still on track. 19 of them in the garage. And apparently Nova, that damage is not good enough to keep him out in front. Dylan Schwallenberg easily by for the top position. Now Ian Dutta goes by for the lead. As drivers are losing momentum after hitting that wall. Luke Walker actually, out of 2, almost lost it. I saw him get the wall and nearly end up doing a James Qualls from the last restart, but he keeps it together. Oh, look how Matthews spins it around! Right in front of the field. Keep it down there. Please keep it down there. Back up into Corbett, the pole sitter. Oh, boy. Oh, Ralph Mason's caught up in the wall. And there is Corbett, the pole sitter, coming to pit road. And Ian Dutta looks like will be the leader under our, what is this, our 4th caution? There's Kyle Matthews, was running up there, actually battling with Schwallenberg for the 2nd position at the time. Kyle Corbett, the pole sitter, his day appears to be over. And there is Ralph Mason on pit road. His car actually glitched up into the safer barrier. I've never seen that before. Caution is out yet again. These drivers may end up making pit stops yet again because they're needing that tire rubber. They're not getting any grip coming off of 2 or out of 3. Caution flag's out though. Ian Dutta is the current leader. Let's take a look at a replay of what just happened to put us out of the caution once again. Here it was, and it was indeed a battle for second place. Kyle Matthews trying to go underneath Dylan Schwallenberg. Henry Nova and Zach Rogers right behind them. Rogers actually kind of almost tries to make it a 3-wide situation, but we've seen this all race long, where drivers just don't give each other enough room off that corner. They kind of pinch each other up there. As a result, Matthews goes around right in front of Dylan Schwallenberg, and I thought maybe, just maybe, he could keep it down there and not bring it back up into traffic. That's not going to be the case, as you're going to see the 42 of Kyle Matthews come into view right there. He's going to nail the 89 right up in front of Ralph Mason, and watch Ralph Mason's car up and into the safer barrier, and right there, the splitter or something just catches right into the safer barrier and glitches it up and into the safer barrier on his side. Talk about some major whiplash. That definitely would give you a whiplash. Tough break there for Ralph Mason. Was up in the 14th position, just minding his own business, and the 42, after contact with the 89, just came right up in front of him. So 3-car incident here out of the turn 3 area. Puts us under the yellow. Let's head back now for what maybe, and hopefully in my case, would be the final restart of the day. Green flag will come back out on lap 21 of 24. That'll give us a total of 4 laps to go. I do believe if the caution were to come out now at any point between now and the checkered flag, the race will be ending under the yellow flag. There is a possibility that it could be a 1-lap shootout, but the odds are not exactly in that favor. So this could be the do-or-die moment for these drivers, because it almost seems inevitable that another caution is going to, at some point in the next 4 laps, come out. So these drivers up here at the front, if they're going to make any move for the win, it's got to be now. Ian Dutta is the leader. Highest running chaser now is Zach Rogers in second. Dylan Schwallenberg right behind him in third. Rogers been to victory lane earlier on this season. Schwallenberg is not. Look at Jacob Lawler. We have not talked about that AC Delco Chevy Camaro all day long. All of a sudden, boom, he's up here in the top 5. He'll restart in 4th place. He's definitely the sleeper of the day, no doubt about that. Henry Nova in 5th. Drew Austin, 2-time winner this season. This is the best we've seen him do all chase long, as he's in 6th. Chris Washer 7th. Tanner Sullivan 8th. Jake Rogers 9th. And there's the James Silverfox machine up in 10th with Luke Walker right behind him in 11th position. Where's James Qualls going to restart this time? 17th is where he'll restart in the 15 car. Here we go. It's do or die time for these drivers up front. Will we go green to the end? I don't think so. So when will this race under caution? Who will be the leader when we get to that caution flag? Ian Dutta, 2-time winner in the Snickers Cup Series. No wins here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. The closest he was a 2nd place finish to his teammate George Roque at Champs-Élysées. As Zach Rogers, no move just yet. Is he going to go to the inside of Ian Dutta coming down here into 3? I would highly advise against it, because that's not been a friendly place for double-wide racing. Here we go, though. Zach Rogers, oh, he's taking a peek. Here he comes. Are they going to keep it together? They do. They're rubbing doors, but they keep it clean. Zach Rogers, the leader now, as he'll get by Ian Dutta. And we're still green. Yes, we're still green here at Indy. 3 to go. Zach Rogers, the leader, and still the green lights are on. We are not under caution. Could we, maybe, after what's been a complete wreckfest here today, finish this race under the green flag? That would be unbelievable. Right now, Zach Rogers running well. Oh, he gets the wall! Save her, Zach! He does! He hangs on to her, but that allowed Dylan Schwallenberg to get around for the lead. Oh, a costly mistake for Zach Rogers. Now he's got to regroup, and now he's got Ian Dutta behind him trying to take second. Schwallenberg now to the lead, basically had it handed to him, courtesy of the 33. But Zach Rogers still is in second, trying to now regroup and rebound and get back. Their caution's out. This is it. It's over. Time is run out. Zach Rogers could have maybe battled back, but the caution flag is out. Dylan Schwallenberg is going to pick up his first Mobil1 Cup Series win of his career. He'll win here today in the Indianapolis 300 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And he becomes the 2nd chaser this season in this series to go to victory lane. Bob Jones did it 3 weeks ago at Atlanta. And Dillon Schwallenberg does it here today at Indy. And you gotta think, if Zach Rogers had not messed up turn 2, he would have been the winner of this race. That was a costly error on the part of the 33. Dillon Schwallenberg was able to cleanly get around, and that caution flag comes out to give Dillon Schwallenberg his first win of the season in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Zach Rogers looks like he'll have to settle for second. Drew Austin in third. Chasers sweep the top 3 positions in today's race. What did this caution come out for, though, is my question. And I kind of wonder if it might have been Henry Nova in the 32, because he's way back here in the 19th position. White flag will be displayed next time around here for Dillon Schwallenberg. Let's jump back quickly and see what happened to put us under the caution for the final time here today. This is a battle between 2 Turner Scott Motorsports machines. Battle for around the 7th position, they're saying. And there you go. Nova gets the wall, comes down, bounces off of Chris Washer. Sean Henley happens right in front of him, but he's able to get down to the inside and avoid. Nice job there by the 69 Camaro. And Nova's car just simply goes basically for a solo car spin. And that was enough to put us under the yellow for the final time today and give the win over to Dillon Schwallenberg. So let's head back now for the checkered flag here at Indianapolis. Here they come down to the start-finish line. Dillon Schwallenberg will be kissing the yard of bricks here today. As he crossed the line, Dillon Schwallenberg wins today, his first win. And as we said, Dillon Schwallenberg, a lot of drivers were ahead of him in points that did not have the best of runs today. This could be huge in helping Dillon Schwallenberg put that 18 back up in the title picture after today's race here at Indianapolis. What a great run there for Zach Rogers, though. Tough break for him that he wasn't able to capitalize and win on this thing. He did a great job of keeping that car from spinning out on him, but lost the lead and just couldn't get it back. I don't know if he would have had enough time to run down Schwallenberg and get the top position back away from him before the checkered flag waved, but obviously a very untimely caution nonetheless for the 33. And how about Drew Austin? Very, very silent day for the 54, but he comes away with a solid third-place run here today. Let's take a look and see where the rest of our chasers finished this race. James Silverfox, third in points, solid run of 8th today. Co-points leader coming into this race, Luke Walker, comes away with 10th after he ended up spinning out, bringing out the very first caution, I believe. Well, it was after the first caution came out. Cassandra Renzi, nice run for her today. Her car was badly damaged all day long after I think she got involved in the second wreck of the day. She's going to get 13th. James Qualls will get 14th, so I believe the points leader will be Luke Walker by about, let's see, if Walker finished 10th and Qualls finished 14th, it'll be about 4 points that Luke Walker will have over James Qualls. Well, no, actually, I think James Silverfox will bypass Qualls in the point standings. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it'll be Luke Walker, the points leader, by 1 point over James Silverfox, and then by 4 points over James Qualls. So almost kind of like a switching of positions between Qualls, Walker, and Silverfox. And then, of course, Zach Rogers with a second place run here today. Let's see, he came in 8 points behind Walker. There may actually be a tie between Walker and Rogers. It's going to be doggone close between those 4, I'll tell you that. Let's find the rest of our chasers here. Madison Sieber finishes 15th today. Further down, you've got Sean Galligan out of the race in 26th. All the other chasers actually finished out of the race. Cody Lamas, 27th. Wolfgang Mason, 35th. Andy Timmons in 40th. Austin LaPlante in... wait, did I say Andy Timmons 40th? Yes. Austin LaPlante, 36th. Bob Jones, 41st. And Dillon Young in 42nd place. But, boy, I think the top 4 in points next week, which I think are in order are going to be Walker, Rogers, Silverfox, and Qualls. I think they're going to be separated by only about 3 or 4 points. That is going to be pretty doggone close heading next week, as we'll be heading to my favorite road course, Lime Rock Raceway in Lime Rock, Connecticut. So hope that you'll be tuning in for that. congratulations to Dylan Schwallenberg, his second win of the season for his career, as he had a Snickers Cup Series win at Talladega earlier on this season. His first Mobil1 Cup Series win of his career, though, here today at Indianapolis. We'll have to see where this puts him in the championship hunt as well, as it's going to be really, really close heading into next week. But hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finish results, overall points standings, rookie points, and chase points heading next week's race at Lime Rock Raceway. We got a Snickers Cup Series race on tap for you here tomorrow. Of course, the man who presents Huggies here at Indianapolis, Dillon Young, will be joining me, so hope you'll be tuning in for that. It'll be a great dual commentary feature for you coming there, and we will see you guys next time here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.